Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Elite Series Division 2. My name is Daniel. I haven't been on the stream so far, but I'm very excited to cast for the first time today. And on my side, I've got the wonderful QG. QG, welcome to the stream.
Hello. How are you doing, Daniel? How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm doing especially great because we have some banger games coming up today, in my opinion. And I would say we take a quick look at today's schedule. And first game, Dynasty has to protect their dynasty as a one-man army is headed their way. In the second game of today, with Sloths and Reapers will challenge each other, and I'm especially excited for that one because one of them will be dethroned today, as they are both on the top of the ladder. Next up, we have some games in the lower, half
Brackets.
of the standings. We have Adverse versus Pertinax Esports, and Once Upon a Team will face off against Aurora in the fourth match of today.
Yeah, it sounds exciting to see both first teams clash against each other in the second game. And also interesting how Dynasty will keep up their dynasty in the ESLOL in the Division 2. So kind of interested and hyped for the first game, actually. What about you, Daniel?
Yeah, I am too. I think that Dynasty will have to face the. Okay, I don't want to be disrespectful towards any other teams, but I think Dynasty has had a pretty easy one so far because they've had to face a lot of easy teams that weren't in the groove so much just yet. I think all the teams are pretty strong in the Division 2, but I think some of them still have to find their rhythm. And yeah, I think Dynasty for the first time will have to face a real opponent with AOMA Esports because they had some struggles during the first week as well, but they have shown up really strong on Wednesday. And I think Dynasty could also lose that game, but of course they are definitely the favorite going into it.
Yeah, everybody can lose a game here. I think the league is also, if you don't look at the standings, the league is kind of balanced, I guess. You have like three top teams. You don't have one team that's um, dominating everything. You have three teams that dominate each other, kind of. And you, when these games come, you always have the clash of the top three here. It's just they don't run over everybody. The games are clean. Rift are one of the fastest teams, I guess, with close to 20-minute games. So you could say they also had easy games, as you said before. But I'm hyped for these top three clashes to see who comes on top and who goes to the second or third place.
Yeah, I think I've also already said, I think Dynasty will be the favorite going into that game against AOMA Esports. What's your take on that? Who do you think will be the favorite going into the first game?
Well, it's Dynasty. They always pick Maokai when it's open. He has a 100% pick or ban rate, and I think this will be the pick here. So we maybe see a first pick of Dynasty who take. Wait, are they blue sides? Yes, I think so. Right? Didn't I look wrong? I think they're
Let
blue
me
side.
check really quick as well, because we obviously always.
Okay, they are blue side, so that means they have the first pick for the Maokai, and it works really well. It's one of the strongest junglers. You can play him AP, you can play him tank. What you need, he has a really good engage, a good crowd control. The whole utility he brings is just massive. For every objective there is, you can get a Maokai. The saplings give you vision. The sapling gives you damage. It slows. You can catch someone. The face rush, you can go in, you're out with first strike. You half someone by just eating a brush. It's no matter how you play him, he's kind of strong right now. He also is getting nerfed in the next patch a bit, but it doesn't change anything. He's still strong. But yeah, We still have to see. Maybe I think they have to ban the Maokai. I think it's a top priority to ban. If not,
Yeah, I think in general, junglers are maybe or could be a focus here because we've seen a lot of Maokai so far. We've seen a lot of Y. We've seen some Wukongs in the jungle. We have, of course, seen Sejuani. So there are a lot of strong junglers at the moment, and I feel like they haven't been touched as much in banning phases as, for example, comfort champions of individual players here. But I think especially those top teams, they know how to play the meta and they are also picking the meta. So I think teams that are playing against like teams like Dynasty with Sloths and Reapers, they have to focus more on taking out also the like Maokais and Vice and Caitlyn's and like those really high priority picks that are currently in the meta.
yeah, you also see a lot of AD carries on support. Rift is kind of taking that to their advantage with their very good skilled support player who plays. He played Ashe and Senna, and they dominated the bot lane. So I guess maybe Senna ban here too, so they can't get that bot lane too far ahead, and then yeah, we see on Rift. Sorry, I was just thinking about Rift. But I come back to the Dynasty games. I was just check what they picked and banned here. Yeah, they also played Ashe on supports. Pretty busted. They played Varus. That's also one of the highest picks and bans at the moment. So maybe we see a Varus ban too. And yeah, we also have Zac. He played Zac top Dynasty last game. Against who was it? Against Sion. Zac is pretty good. Scale's good. Is a good tank. Has some engage. Long range. You can't. You have to flank. Set up a lot of wards that costs gold and time. And yeah, I think Dynasty will take it. I guess. What do you think?
As I said, I think Dynasty is also going into this first game as a favorite, but I think they're a very strong opponent in AOMA eSports. As they have really shown, like, I think they had a very weak performance in their first game against Swift Sloth last week. And then on Friday, they have already improved. On Wednesday, they played even better. And I'm really excited to see them perform today against Dynasty because I think they have a match there. Like, that's going to be a very close and equal game in terms of skill and yeah, what we can expect.
Yeah,
And
but
with that,
AOMA just
we are
lost one
also
game.
starting into the champ
So
select. Sorry.
and it was against Rift. So maybe they are here to clash. They just lost against Rift. There's a Heimer ban. Yeah, still not nerfed on this patch. Down 13.1. So he's still too good for the bot lane. His range and pressure he can make is too strong. There's the
Yeah.
Maokai ban. You see it. You don't want Skeln on that champion. I guess it's.
So the 100% pick or ban continues for the Maokai, and then we have a Jax ban. Jax, also a highly prioritized champion in the ESL All Div 2, has been played a lot by also the with Sloth's top laner Lex, and I think Mac has also shown it already, if I'm not mistaken.
No. No, he didn't play it. But Jax is the strongest, one of the strongest top laners right now with Gisante, and maybe we see a Darius if there's a Gisante coming out. I saw a lot of big clips in the other leagues, 3v1 as Darius in the LPL. But we have Lulu, Ziri, and Sejuani ban too, and there's the Caitlyn first pick. very impressive.
One of these bans I just do want to point out, and that's the Zeri ban. That one is definitely a target ban against Dark UniQ, because he has been playing a phenomenal Zeri during week 1. And yeah, I think that one is definitely targeted against him. Then we have the Sejuani, of course, and now maybe a Wukong for AOMA Esports, so they are the first ones to show their jungler here. And I think the Y is left open, so that might be an answer.
Yeah, you still have Udyr, Elise too. Yeah, Vi, pretty good. You also can play Jarvan, Radiant Searcher. But there's no Nami Lucian ban, so maybe there's AOMA Esports take that up. But there's still not sure what they want to pick, and there's the Karma. So we
Karma
see.
also highly prioritized.
Yeah. Okay, what do you go? Maybe an Ashe here for Caitlyn to show the impressive lane.
Double
And
ADK bot lanes, but it might be the Y as an answer to the Wukong. And I think that's a very interesting setup, because both junglers shine in their mid game, and then they kind of fall off towards the late game, but they shine in very different ways. Like Wukong has this extremely strong team fight potential with his ultimate that he can show. And on the other hand, you have Y, which is especially good in catching people, ganking the lanes, and those smaller skirmishes around the map.
Yeah, you see that Y is also a good frontliner. Here you have the Karma various bot lane that's also counters the range of Caitlyn. Soraka. Soraka is also very good against Wukong. Can't engage somebody, just hits you with the mute field and you can do nothing. So what you do is still we have top lane and mid lane is still there. We have Syndra, we have Ryze, we have Azir. We have so good mid laners at the moment. You also can play. You can also play Karma and Varus mid lane. So you have the what is it called? The yeah, the pick. You know, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm missing the word.
You know what?
You know what I look for?
Flex?
The flex pick. Yes.
Yeah, flex pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we have Orianna and Akali band. Orianna is very good with Vi. Can stick to everybody. But we still have the Ryze, Victor, K'Sante open, Kassadin. K'Sante is banned as I talk about it. And what do we still have? It's very good.
I think the Akali is also target ban against Lotus. I think he played Akali on Wednesday, and he really last week Friday it should be then, and he really excelled with it. Like, had a very, very strong performance. Yeah. For the rest, I want to get back to the Caitlyn Soraka bot lane. I think that the Dynasty has really picked a bot lane where they have put themselves in a very unaggressive position from the startup. Like, it's picking Soraka is a little bit like picking a Yumi. Like, you are immediately showing that you don't want to play the bot lane aggressively. And I think that leaves a lot of space open for AOMA to play around, because making bottom your weak side, you kind of need your top to be a strong side now.
Yeah, but both lanes actually clash themselves. They both have range, but Karma and Varus still have more. You still have the flex pick of Karma top, so you maybe go for the counter pick here. And there's a Victor. It's a good answer. Also, still a good kiting comp with Caitlyn and Victor here.
Yeah, also Victor Syndra, I feel like, is a very equal matchup. Like, Syndra has more burst in the lane, especially post 6. But I think especially together with the Y, this Syndra can be threatened very easily on the side of Dynasty. And then we have the Gragas, probably for the top lane on the side of Dynasty.
There's Camisa, we have Varus, Karma bot side. And Camille against Greg. Oh, no, it's the Olaf.
Olaf. He's a very strong top laner at the moment.
Yeah, Adam shows it in the LEC. He plays, he's kind of two-trick. He plays Darius and Olaf a lot, but it's a pretty good matchup for the Olaf. And also if he... it's bugged. I think he's not going smite. He's bugged. But, yeah, Daniel, the team comps are on AOMA eSports, it's engage. Therefore, you have the Victor and the Gragas for the disengage, and also the Caitlyn with the big range, and Soraka with the mute feed against the full engage. So we see full engage come and against a kinda disengage one.
Yeah, I think like the team comp from a one-man army here is it's very straightforward. Like AOMA, they want to go in. They only know one direction, and it's in. They have a little bit of disengage with the Karma and the Varus ultimate if they want to, but mostly they want to like get in and do a lot of damage, win the team fights. And on the other hand, the Dynasty team come, in my opinion, it's a little bit more nuanced. Like you can play a lot of different things with it. You have disengage the fights that AOMA wants to take, and then they have very good capabilities to take like little skirmishes, little face-offs where they are probably one person more all around the map, and they have a lot of mobility with. No, actually, okay, now I forgot what champions they picked. Do we have a screenshot somewhere, Rishi?
Dynasty played Gragas, Vi, Victor, Caitlyn, and Soraka against Olaf, Wukong, Syndra, Varus, and Karma. The engage on AOMA eSports is so damn good.
Yeah.
The pick potential is even better, but the disengage from a Gragas ult in one of these fights to disrupt the team fight, it's gonna be chaos, Daniel, I swear. It's chaos. But yeah, we are in game, and let's see the chaos come out.
Yeah, we have Dynasty on the blue side trying to defend their spot at the top against the one-man army that is headed their way, and they are grouping up even in this early stage, looking for a little bit of poke here and there, but we shouldn't expect too much during this level 1.
Yeah, the level 1 is... both teams are pretty weak at level 1, so they just go for safe warding, go back, get a sweeper. Double sweeper on Dynasty. And we see the cleanse on Dark Eunuch here. He really needs that cleanse to move around. If he gets caught, he's dead.
Yeah, I think it definitely makes sense against the Varus Karma bot lane, but of course you don't have the exhaust therefore, because with Soraka you obviously don't need to heal for the AD carry, so you could have a big advantage by having an ignite or an exhaust on your AD carry, and yeah, they are missing out on that potential that could really help them with ganks on the bot lane. GG was left alone on the bot lane here for the early stages.
Oh, he got it! Scan got the blue buff. And then we see the fight.
Is able to flash. Also, Garbosh goes behind it, drops really low. Ignite is ticking, and there's the first blood, but it's a 1-for-1 trade as both teams are escalating this around the blue buff there. AOMA with a very, very sneaky strat there. Mark, they are trying to go behind. Silva has to, no, actually it's Victor who has to turn his flash there. And now Mark is definitely on a rampage. He wants even more, goes behind SquarePants there, and the chase is on. He hits one Q after another.
And there you see Daniel, blue transfer to mid. It was all planned by Dynasty. Really good from Scan to get the steal out, and then unfortunately he died first, but he got the steal, transferred it to Frankie here, and now Frankie is ahead in the lane, and we can poke the Syndra out, who already popped her pot, 2 pots. So it's gonna be hard for Lotus to the early game here. And also Mac, who is out of armor, out of mana. And also the bot lane is pushing, so it's the AOMA eSports early game doesn't look very good. Vi is also faster, already has 3 camps done. 2 camps, and I think the Crux are done too. She's looking for bottom crab with the push of Caitlyn and Soraka. And Victor, of course. Then SquarePants, who is kind of behind because he got earlied by Olaf. Level 1 is too strong. You see they trade crabs. And yeah.
Yeah, I think especially the lead in the mid lane is kind of huge for Dynasty, that they have been able to play out there on the Victor, because normally I feel like that lane would go a little bit towards the Syndra side of things, but with the advantage Frankie has right now, he should be able to definitely play the lane and even like push Syndra in a lot of the time to and keep that priority on mid lane. And mid lane priority is of course pretty much always the most important mid lane, especially when it comes to Herald. For Drake, the bot lane priority is at least as important as mid lane. We have a little skirmish there on the top lane, however, no kill just yet. But mind that both junglers are surrounding the top lane right now, so we might be looking for a play there.
And there's the gank.
Now it is escalating. Gragas has to flash out immediately there. Mark, however, is very low as well. Scanlan is trying to chase behind, but has to decide auto race. And there's the Olaf Q for the kill, and it is a second kill for the one-man army as well. They are taking 2 on the top lane, and that's very, very nice for Wukong, who can take those 2 kills and will probably transfer his gold also to the other lanes. And that's going to be a decent lead now for AOMA.
Yeah, that's kind of went downhill for Dynasty here. The Olaf and the Wukong are just too strong with their auto attacks, because they don't need that much cooldown in the early game, and they just won the 2v2 here. Unfortunately, Scan couldn't finish off Mac, so he turned it around. They got a double kill, and the Wukong is back. And we also have a champ tank on the bot. Oh, we see the long snare. We also have a champ tank dragon for the first.
Yeah, and by now the Karma Varus lane has also been able to gain their kind of natural priority on the bot lane that they should have with their champions, and that obviously allows for Wukong to challenge or to take that Drake pretty much free, especially because Syndra has priority as well on the mid lane, has even been able to rotate towards that dragon, and now we can see it on the side of your screens that the dragon has been taken. So not a small lead AOMA is able to take there, but obviously nothing is over just yet for Dynasty.
Yeah, the champ tank dragon that gives you tenacity and healing power is pretty good for the Olaf. And there the Olaf goes in, takes the trade and gets the kill. It's just as easy as this. Press R, run into Gragas. If he doesn't have flash, he's dead, because he can't E out, can't get slowed, can't get knocked back. And yeah, the Olaf is rocking the laning phase. Yeah, also 2k ahead here. AOMA is definitely showing Dynasty that they are not easy to handle. The Olaf is putting so much pressure. 2 levels ahead. He's going for the Hydra.
Yeah, I also think that the both Olaf and Wukong, they have armor shred on their Q, so that's going to be deadly when both these champions like are in a skirmish together or even in a team fight. They can just shred through people like the Vi later on and the Gragas.
Yeah, Gragas is going for the AP build, so he will not be that tanky. So you see more of a bruiser issue, but the Olaf is so strong. He almost has ult again. Vi can't go top lane because she will die 2v1. So we Scan just hovers bot side, got seen. They maybe want to push out to force a dive. Yeah, and they will try to. Syndra's already moving. Wukong is doing the Herald.
Yeah, but so is Victor, and Frankie and Sinma will meet here. Maybe an ultimate from Lotus? No, he plays it safe. But of
They
course
see.
he was able to cancel the rotation there.
Oh, Max to the blue buff! With a Q before! Damn. Okay, the Olaf is taking over the early game. Skell doesn't have fun here. And SquarePants too. Damn, and they will see the dive with the Herald.
Yeah, AOMA, they say to themselves, okay, you want to play bot lane, and we are going top lane. SquarePants in a lot of trouble here. He has 3 people around him. I don't think he knows about the Syndra just yet. Now he knows. There's the Q. And he knows he's pretty much doomed there, but AOMA has to wait for another wave. And that, of course, gives DYNASTY time to react. Y and Victor both on their way towards top lane there. And AOMA, they also decide to let off that play for now.
Y is also going for the champ punk sword. I also not a fan of the sword. The Black Cleaver earlier is way better. Yeah. Yeah, Wukong. Now we'll have the Hydra complete. Yes, there it is. It will be hard to face the Olaf on the side lane. Actually.
Yeah, I think Vargas is going to lose even more and more ground on that top lane, especially. I mean, we can see it already now. He's pushed in 24/7, and at some point, Olaf can just solo one him down under the tower, whilst Vargas is trying to like tank the minions a little bit just to don't miss out on CS or stuff like that.
Yeah, if we talk about CS, the only thing that's even is mid lane. Almost 20 CS ahead of the Olaf. Damn the damage, look at that. And he even heals when he hits them. Damn Omni-Vamp. Yeah, there we will see the gank, but Wukong is here. We see the fight.
Yeah, Frankie coming in as well. The DYNASTY is in an overnumber here, and they are able to take a first kill here out of AOMA as well. It's a 1-for-1 as of now, and AOMA with a very nice disengage there. So this went considerably well for them. Meanwhile, Mac, just without a care in the world, taking the tower on top lane.
Yeah, why does he needs to care? He can just heal up, get stronger when he's low. So who cares if you hit him, can't kill him, kills you. Yeah, and there will be the flash. But in like 60 or 70 seconds.
Now we have the play around the dragon here. Wukong tries to go in there, does a lot of damage to Snilla already, but he has been able to flash out. Now Drake has been started by AOMA as well, but they are not going through with it.
Yeah.
A lot of tension about that bot lane.
Yeah, it's the only thing that isn't ahead for AOMA, so why shouldn't you be there? Put some pressure. With the Varus Wukong comp, you can actually do a lot of damage in quite some time. So yeah, also the dragon here for AOMA. We see that they take over the game right now. Also very good for Wukong and Olaf. The 8%. Is it 8? I think it's 8. 8% armor and magic. Just, yeah. Good flash. Oh, and then we have an ocean dragon. This will be very interesting.
This comes in very handy for the Wukong and the Olaf. And I think it's really the top side winning the game here for AOMA. And yeah, it's looking very good, especially when I think about scaling and the later stages of the game. I don't think Dynasty has anything ahead of AOMA. Like, maybe Caitlyn scales a little bit better than Varus, but I think between Victor and Syndra, it's pretty even. Between Vi and Wukong, that's pretty even. Olaf, in my opinion, scales even better than the Gragas. So I don't think waiting and playing for late game does work very well for Dynasty here either.
Yeah, they are pretty far ahead what top side and jungle is going on. So yeah, they try to play around their bot lane. Caitlyn is pretty strong, can dodge and take the range here, but maybe Soraka is going to die, and you see Skaln is trying his best to get the Caitlyn more ahead. But they are not baitable. GG and Edward. Yeah, and here
Now maybe the
I
top
think
lane gank there. Gabosh is ready for the dive. They have another wave coming in. In the meantime, on the bot lane, you have DY. A lot of damage there on Edward already, who has to flash out, but it's not going to be enough. A Dynasty with a very nice kill and a well-deserved one, and one they desperately need, as they are losing their top lane terror to the Wukong Olaf AD supremacy of AOMA. Now, little fight in the mid lane, but that's going to be just a little trade. As GG is under a lot of pressure there, but the TP is coming in from Olaf. AOMA, they want to turn this around. Syndra is also closing in on the bot lane there. 1Q. Ah, okay. It's not going to come out. So Waka Slow will save the day.
yeah,
But Herald is being a focus there.
Gabosh is dead here. Ah, but he still takes the Herald. That's worth. Wait, does he get out? What?
Lotus with the Twilight Flash Q, but he failed to execute the stun. Gabosh does manage to finally get out of danger there through the pit. And in the end, Dynasty is not able to win a kill out of this.
Yeah, that's what I call unlucky, I guess. But well played from Gabosh to take the Herald and get out at the meantime. And in the meantime, they take just 2 towers on bot side, and it's GG for the Varus.
Yeah, both teams definitely with some interesting plays there. I mean, that Syndra flash into no stun was just hilarious in my opinion.
Well, it happens. You can't control. Sometimes you F up, sometimes you don't.
Definitely, it happens to the best. That's also absolutely no hate against Lotus. It's just like it was a very memeable moment in my opinion.
Well, if this stun hits, they get a kill.
It would be huge. Yeah, they get 2 probably.
They didn't hit it, but Gabosh didn't die, so it's a win-win either way. He didn't die. Mac is level 12. He has 2 items already. He's so far ahead. I think he won't die this game. Else he makes a mistake already 5-man him.
I think during team fights later he might be focused out.
Oh, he just split pushes. They don't need to group. AOMA can disengage pretty good. So they just let Olaf split push and maybe flank. See, he pushed out, they try to flank here, get cover for the dragon. Bot lane is pushed out. Top lane is clashing, stays. It's a slow push for AOMA, I think. Yeah, what Frankie is going to take the top. No, it's not. Yeah, I don't think it's possible for Dynasty to get into the jungle.
Yeah. And I think even if they group, like AOMA has the better team fight in my opinion. At least when they are the ones and taking the engage on their terms.
Yeah, you can engage with Syndra E and Varus ult. Then you give the speed boost to everybody with Karma shields. And that's soul point for AOMA. And they maybe go straight to Baron. They could. Top lane is pushed out.
Well, they can't because it's still 1 minute to go. So they are deciding to take that mid lane tower. Even before Rift Tower has been able to push there. Nice flank there from the Olaf. That's going to be the first kill on the Soraka, but the dive keeps on happening. Why is going to be the next one to fall? However, Dynasty with the return kill on the Varus. However, not the most important target. Wukong already is a better one. Dynasty able to fight their grounds here and at least hold up, as they do lose tier 2 tower during the fight.
Yeah, I guess bruises are balanced. Olaf just shot a Q in with 400. I think he hit 4 people with that one. Yeah, how he healed. Jesus Christ. Does he take the blue buff? No, he doesn't. Yeah, but TP from Victor is out. That means they could go for... They could send MacBot when he goes back here. He probably has an item. They're 5k ahead. So if we could see the individual gold here. Let's talk about that, please.
As both teams are slowly going towards the Baron, setting up their vision.
Yeah, here Dynasty always has to be first because of the engage of AOMA. But can we please quick look at the gold? TG? But yeah, Syndra just took her Sarah's Embrace. Vi still doesn't have Radiance Virtue. And I see Wukong has Black Cleaver. It's going to be a kinda... They can't take the dragon here. The Baron, they can't contest it. So...
I feel like they kinda have to, right? Because if Dynasty will give up the Baron for free here, AOMA is definitely going to take the game. Their split push is just so insane. They can like literally send 4 people bot, and Olaf will probably run down till the base on top lane.
Yeah, they just take over the game here. It's with the Baron, the game is they can just split push. Syndra can easily clear the waves, go back. But there's some vision they have to clear. They don't have here, but they want to force a Baron fight, so they can get more out of it than just the Baron. Yeah, but now Skellen has the Radiant Virtue, and Wukong is going for the gem. Okay. Yeah, Olaf is going for the Hex Drink. I think he's not killable in any time soon. In like 3 levels, he's busted. Can't kill him anymore.
I feel like he's already busted.
He is already, but you can't kill him as he gets more and more resistances. The Jack Show is just going to up the resistance as he buys. So, and the Hex Drink is also very strong on Olaf for the AD.
Yeah, and the worst thing is it will get even worse if they manage to get that Ocean Soul, and we have dragons spawning somewhat soon. And Dynasty is now in a very, very bad position here because we have two objectives coming up, so they already have to decide if they're either going to fight one or like give up one of the objectives and try to take the other one. And they have an Olaf pushing on the top lane, so they have to split, which is like worse for Dynasty than for AOMA. Now we have the ping on Baron there. AOMA in a very comfortable situation right now.
Yeah, you see that AOMA wants to take the soul because they sent Olaf to the top side to put up the pressure, but he's engaged.
Yeah, we have the engage from Skal there. They are going to try to be proactive here, Dynasty. But now the Wukong is in the backline with the ultimate. A lot of damage does come out, and now Olaf is trying to run them down. He's quite alone there, though. Left alone by his team. A little bit of a weak group needed there on the side of AOMA.
Yeah, but
no
that's
deaths so far.
That's 4 ults out for AOMA. That's pretty good for Dynasty here. And maybe Scan can go for a sneaky, but I think Scan's dead.
No, they did find him there. Have been able to take him out. Square Pants, however, in the backline there. GG is going down. First kill in this skirmish.
Yeah, but the Olaf and Wukong is still alive, and Syndra too.
Square
Gragas
Pants
is low.
Really, well, okay, has been low, but there's a Soraka on the team of Dynasty. Nice done. Lotus
no
doesn't
smite.
want to follow up, so.
Oh, almost. Yeah, that's all for AOMA. I think it's gonna be really hard for Dynasty to team fight now. The Olaf is just going to heal up, man up, and then we will see.
I think this fight also just really showed that AOMA doesn't need their bot lane to win fights. Like, they have lost Varus quite early in the fight even, but they just didn't care. Like, they were still the dominant force in the Dragon Pit for the entire time. Because that Olaf and the Wukong, they're just so strong. And now AOMA is going towards the Baron. And they're again sending Olaf towards the top lane.
Yeah, because
Dynasty.
they're still slow pushing some wave. But the Olaf is just, he has the more completed. And yeah, it's going to be hard for Dynasty to do something because the top pressure is being set down from the Olaf.
Yeah, AOMA also has absolute vision supremacy there in the river.
Yeah, and they started. So
I think Dynasty, they should be aware of it though.
yeah, they can.
But what can they do about it? Scan almost gets taken out immediately there by the Syndra. Now they're all chasing him down because without a smite, of course, they know that Dynasty has no chance. Now they're stopping the Baron. And Olaf still trying to chase down Scan. Does escape out of the situation and successfully, almost solo, interrupt that Baron from AOMA. Bless you.
Thank you. Well, I just.
Now Olaf drives to the backline there. They take out the Soraka immediately. Scan is pretty low as well. There's a double kill with the Q over the wall. And that's the target they were trying to find. Now they have what I need to take that Baron out. And with that, probably an even bigger lead and maybe the game against Dynasty.
Yes, you see the Olaf just does it on his own. Nobody can face him. And there is the Baron for AOMA with nice backs. And mid lane tower is taken down. The bounty is going to be good gold here for AOMA, but we're still 6k behind. It's quite a lot.
They're 6k behind, and that's going to become even more. Mark gives themselves a little red buff on top of the Baron buff here, and will of course go towards the top lane now, as AOMA is setting up their perfect split push.
Yeah,
And against...
with Caitlyn, you can't really kill the Olaf. I mean, you don't have DPS to kill him, but yeah, we will see what will happen here. The ult from...
Yeah, Dynasty twice did with the engage immediately there, but Olaf DPs
Olaf.
in, square pants quite low already as Olaf is chasing down the backline. Now we have Recon there as well with the
Jesus.
ultimate. They take down the Caitlyn
Olaf.
as they are diving Frank and Sniffler there. Mark almost solo, doesn't hit the Q, but it doesn't matter, gets the double kill anyways. Absolutely dominating Dynasty here, and it will be AOMA Esports who are going to end the dynasty of the Netherlands. Yeah, talking is quite hard. Of the Netherlands team here, putting them into their first loss.
The Olaf got ahead early, took it to the whole game. AOMA really played a good game. Skelm wasn't on his day, perhaps. It was not his early game. It was not his first top 2v2. He went out 1-6. Kind of sad for Skelm, who performed really good here until now. Maybe he has a bad Friday. Well, yeah, we kind of see that Olaf just ran over everybody. He axed. Oh, you couldn't do anything. Even with the disengage here, it kind of fell off. Olaf just pops Ghost and R, and you can't do anything. So, yeah, Daniel, I think Olaf won the game. What do you think?
I totally agree. I think Dynasty was not prepared for that Olaf, and they didn't manage it very well, and with that, they totally lost the game to one champion. I think with the help of Wukong, and I think, of course, the rest of AOMA did a phenomenal job to win this game as well, but like, it was definitely coming down to the top lane. And
Yeah. Gabosh and Mac just did it, I think. If you had to choose someone who gets the MVP, I think it's Mac, if you're on my side here.
Yeah. With that, I think we're going to take a quick look at the schedule just to see what's ahead of us. And then we can see that we have, of course, just witnessed Dynasty against AOMA Esports, which AOMA Esports took, ending the 3-0 streak by Dynasty. And next up, we will have another streak being ended, either by Reapers Gaming or with Slow Switch. Of course, both are still 3-0. And yeah, here you can see the results so far. So once again, AOMA won the last game against Dynasty. And next up, Reapers against Swiftsloths after a little break. I think I just saw in the Discord that the next game is going to start at 8 o'clock, so I think we will be back in about 10 minutes, something like that. Whatever WG decided to put on a timer. And QG, you have the last words before we head to the break.
See you soon.
See you soon.